Modeling with sketches. This tutorial is going to take us through four major steps to go from a provided set of sketches into a final part that is ready for manufacture. So this part looks like it's on the bottom of a mountain bike. They call it a rocker arm. It's basically a bracket that gives a connection point and rotation point for the part of the mountain bike that they're talking about. Okay, so starting from the main page, we're going to go over to activity one, create the rocker arm shape, and we'll start there. This is going to tell us to open up the data panel and find from the basic training the model from sketch example. So we're not starting from scratch here. So data panel, top left, go home, right to the house icon. Then at the bottom under examples, samples, and we want basic training. Then we're looking for number 4, which is modeling. Then we want the number 4 practice. There it is. We got 4 model from sketch. Okay. So looking around for a quick second, we've got the sketch profile provided already. We've got these 2 lines out here and then a rectangle on the bottom. So let's see what we have to do. But before we do that, we should always save it because we cannot save to the sample folder. So if you're presented here, we can save as, or we can go to File, Save As, and put it somewhere where you're allowed to save. Okay. Switch to the tutorial and we'll find out what it is we need to do. We're going to do an extrusion with a two-sided action from that profile. So we're going to set up the extrusion on 2 sides, and we're going to extrude side 1 and 2 over to an object. From there, we will review the sketch. Okay, starting with this profile and selecting everything except for the innermost circles. There we go. We're going to extrude, and here's how we're going to modify the extrude command. Okay, we're going to start at the profile plane. The direction will be 2 sides, and side 1 is going to be the extent type. We're going to go to an object, and side 2 we're going to go to an object. Okay, so let's select the object for each side. We can go that far. We're selecting the points on this line here. There we go. Convenient way to set this up without typing in the specific measurement. All right, that's all I needed to do now that I've got it for both sides. I'm going to need that sketch again, so let's view it. And I'll keep this other sketch visible for myself as well. Let's see what the next step is. That'll be over in the next page, activity 2. Create the rear rocker armhole using a new sketch. Steps, we're going to extrude the circular profile of the inner radius extrusion and join the resulting solid to the swing arm. Okay, we can do that, no problem. Let's just review which part we're going to need to select and extrude. Okay, so we're going to need to find, or rather decide which one we're using. We're using the smaller of the opposite sides. We're using the smaller section of the model, or the larger of the 2 holes there. Okay, so it'll look like that. This is what we're going to extrude, and we needed that center circle. Okay, so let's extrude this by symmetrically. And the direction is symmetric. Distance is 20 from the instructions. There we go. And that looks just like how they had requested, and it's from both sides. I personally enjoy making the symmetrical parts from their midplane so that I've got easy control over both sides. And that's exactly what's happening here. Okay, so we've accomplished that. Let's check out what are the other instructions we need. I think we need to do some sketching. Sketch the 10 millimeter diameter circular profile for the inner bore cut. Okay, so we need to edit this. We need to do some sketch editing here. To make a new circle profile, right-click on Sketch 1 in your browser and hit Edit Sketch. It's important not to load too many instructions into working memory here. So just one by one, edit Sketch 1. Remind ourselves, what did we want to edit for Sketch 1? Go to the Sketch tab and select Circle, Center Diameter Circle, and snap it to the middle there at 10. Okay, this is the circle they're talking about. C is the shortcut for circle. Snap it to the middle, 10. Okay. Now let's review what we want to do. Click Enter to commit. Click Finish Sketch to exit sketch mode. Finish sketch. project the circle sketch onto the outer face of the rocker arm. Okay, I'm going to do that. So over in Fusion, this is the outer face we want. Let's press P for project. And now it's asking me what face do I want to make this new sketch on after I've pressed P, or I can even find the project command. I don't see it there. I can create. Oh, well, let's review where it is. Sketch project. Okay. I'll have to make a new sketch on this face if I follow the instructions directly. Project. Or I could have just selected P. We're going to project on this surface. Well, we're sketching on this surface, so we would project and sketch on the surface. But what is it we're projecting? We're projecting this circle here. So the end result should look just like this, where we have our 10 millimeter purple circle drawn onto this face. We'll hit OK. Okay, this is what we wanted here. Just like that, we have that. So we'll finish that sketch, and we see it. Extrude the circle as a cut feature. Okay, and we're going to go to Object. Okay, so E for extrude. And when we say going to Object, that's the starting. The distance is to Object. And we're just going to go to the other side, just like that. I just clicked on the other side. Now we're cutting all the way through it, like that. And we can see. Okay, so we've accomplished that activity. We've made that inner bore. Next page, working with a new sketch. What do we have to do? Sketch a new circle profile. To sketch a new circle profile, right-click on Sketch 1, and we're going to edit it again. Editing Sketch 1. Go to the Sketch tab and create a circle of 24. Now this is on the opposite side that we've been working on, so it's over here. And we want 24 millimeters. Finish the sketch. And we want to project the circle sketch onto the outer face of the rocker arm. And we just did that step as well. So we'll finish the sketch. Here, I will just press P. I'll select the outer face as my starting point for the sketch. And now I need to locate the circle that I just created, which is right here. To finish, click Finish Sketch. Good. So we're going to extrude the circle as a cut. And we'll go all the way to the other side. Finish the sketch. Here. Now let's be careful about which circle we wanted. Okay, good. I had it correct. And we're going to do it by negative 10 millimeters. Here, negative 10. There we go. So we only go in by negative 10. And we'll do that cut. Next, we need to mirror this onto the other side. So we're going to open up the mirror command, press S, type mirror. And here we're mirroring something called a feature, which is an action that we accomplished in our design timeline. So this extrude cut is the feature we're mirroring. So I selected it there, okay? And then the mirror plane is going to be the center origin, just like that. If that's not visible, we might need to make it visible by opening the origin folder, okay? So we just hit OK. There we go, just like that. Go to Create, drop down, and select Mirror. We did that. We selected the mirror plane. We did that. And it looks like we're ready for the last activity. We're going to use the bottom rectangle to extrude cut, just like that. And then last but not least, and we're done with these sketches, we're going to create a fillet on the inside corner here. So this edge and this edge, I've selected both of those internal edges. I can press Q, and in this context, it's a shortcut for the fillet. and I'm going to do it by 5 millimeters. There we go. So the part is complete. We've negotiated the mid-plane sketching, we've mirrored features, we've used extrude cut, and we've used different ways to project the location of sketches onto other locations. Finished.